it's me, and I know I haven't done a video for ages, but stuff has been going on, and so I haven't made a video. So why am I making one now? Alright, so I'm not sure the last time I did a video. I know it's been probably the Birchbox and Ipsy, and I've got 3 of each, and Holly keeps asking me when I'm going to do a video because she wants the products. That said, I never do an update on what we think of the products. I do have to say that this Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme thing, I ended up buying the full-size one. It was $35, I think. Because I kind of like it. I don't know what it does. I don't think it does anything, but I kind of like it, and I keep thinking that it does stuff. And I also have been using the Bye Bye Under Eye thing, because as you can see, my bags under my eyes are terrible because I haven't done them today. But I did do my eyeliner. I think I'm getting really good at the eyeliner, see? Ooh, eyeliner. Anyway, yeah. I just thought I'd do a quick update of the breast reconstruction. So the last surgery was October the 20-something, I can't remember. And I think I had done a video when I was told that I needed to have another reconstruction that I found out in January. So what happened next was that I was scheduled for February the something at the beginning. Then that was postponed because the local hospital would not get in the pig matrix stratus, and I had already told my doctor that I would not go ahead with this surgery unless there was that stuff, because alloderm, the human stuff, wasn't holding the implants and the pockets. So the other thing is, it turns out that alloderm is something like $15,000 a sheet, which is why they're so stingy. The insurance only approves 1 per surgery, and that's to cover both breasts and all the rest of the, I mean, if you have a small breast reconstruction, they still give you the same as for a bigger implant. So a small implant and big implant, whatever. But anyway, so I said that I wouldn't do it, and he said, Dr. Felady said that he wouldn't do it, and so that one was postponed until the 20-something of February, and then the week of, because the surgeries for reconstruction are on Fridays, on the Monday I got a call telling me that there had been an emergency pop up and that I was being postponed, and they didn't give me a date, which really pissed me off because I just want to move on. And so I was eventually given a date, and that was March 24th, which was 10 days after my birthday. And I thought, oh great, at least I'll get to celebrate my birthday. But anyway, so that was a 6-week gap between the original end of February date and the actual date. So I went ahead and I joined a gym. And I've been having fun. I've decided to do the ACE personal trainer certification, which is pretty hard. But I knew that I'd have to go back to square one as far as upper body again. And so I joined the gym. I've started one of the dance classes. I did other classes, but I really liked the dance class. And so moving on to March the 24th, went in. For the first time at this hospital, I had a nurse called Amy, and she did my IV, and she's a Navy wife, and she's just moved to the area, and they stay for 3 years, she told me, just in case I have to do this again, knock on wood. And she told me that that she was pretty good with the IVs, and I said, look, please just do me in the crook of the arm, because I've done it from the wrist, from the hand to the wrist, all the way down, and it just doesn't, it's a horrible way to start surgery when you've been used as a pincushion and you end up bruised all up your arm. And so she put the needle in, first attempt, and I asked her for a hug, and she gave me a hug, because I was so happy that it went in the first time. Anyway, so Dr. Faladay came in and he said he was going to redo both. The nipple on the left had still not healed after the October and then the December redo. So he was going to redo that, and he was going to do both the breasts with the stratas, which had been approved, obviously. And then that would make sure that hopefully I'd have less of a chance of the right side failing because it hadn't failed yet. So I go in. At this point, when I laid down, there was a good 2 or 3 inch gap between my boobs. And whereas that's normal when you have natural breasts, when you have nothing but implant, because the fat grafting did not take, and I've had too many surgeries, so it's all gone anyway, the fat that was grafted. But when you have nothing but implants, when they go off to the sides because the pockets have failed, it's like gap and boulders. It's not like a gradual tissue droopage. It's like gap and boulders. In the case of somebody who's had mastectomy, it's you end up seeing the shape of what has been removed. My camera thing is flashing. I'm not sure why. Am I running out of space? Anyway, so what happened then is that he did the whole surgery. He had predicted 2.5 hours, and it ended up being 5+ hours. And I came home, and because I'd done so much ab work leading up to this surgery, it turned out that I wasn't having the problems getting out of bed that I normally did. It was actually quite good because I was able to get in and out of bed by myself. Thankfully, with my abs, because my arms were no good for anything. Anyway, moving on, things were going along well. Moving right along, 3 weeks later, I woke up on Monday morning of last week with a 103.9 fever. Not sure why. This was 3 weeks and 2 days after surgery. 3 weeks, 3 days. Then after that, the next day, I called my pharmacy, I got a refill of Augmentin, went on that. By the next day, it was gone, but my breast on the left side went red. And then it was hot, so I knew something was wrong with my left breast. I think that the memory card's about to run out, so I shall take a break. I'm back! Anyway, where was I? So yes, we fast forwarded to 3 weeks post-op, where I had a fever on the Monday of 103.9, went on Augmentin. By the evening it was gone. Tuesday morning I woke up with a warm left breast and it was red. And so I had called my doctor on the Monday, and then I called on the Tuesday afternoon, left a message with his service, and they never gave him the message. I continued on Augmentin, and so Wednesday I had an appointment, so I went in and he looked at it and it was pink and warm still, but it was getting better. He gave me a prescription for 2 other pills, antibiotics, which I have. And so we talked, and he said it was an infection. He thought it was an infection, and that I should do this and that and go on these heavy-duty antibiotics and go off Augmentin. And so I've got something in my left eye. And so I went to the gym. I didn't fill the prescription because I had waited so long that I was going to be late for my dance class, which is on Wednesdays. So I went to the gym, and afterwards I went to get the prescription, and the one CVS that I normally go to was closing in 10 minutes, so they wouldn't have had it. And so I went to the other one that was 24 hours, and they didn't have both the prescriptions, so I thought, what's the point of picking them up if there's only going to be one? So I didn't. And Thursday I woke up and it was no longer warm or pink, so I thought, well, what's the point? so I went back to the gym on Friday, and basically I'm doing cardio and lower body stuff. And then on Saturday I wake up and my bra was wet, and I thought, why? I don't have milk ducts. Why would my bra be wet? So I looked, and there was this stuff coming out of a teeny tiny pinprick hole in my left breast. And this stuff was a very pale, clear yellow, very pale yellow. If it was an infection, it would have been not clear, and it wouldn't have been yellow. So I'm thinking, I had seromas underneath each breast, which is basically where liquid pools and collects, like I had in my left hip after the abdominoplasty, and also after my bilateral mastectomy, which, because it had been recent, the whole seroma on my left hip, it just all pulled down on my left hip from the left breast. I'd had the left hip drained, the seroma there drained, and so I was kind of familiar with the colour a little bit, although on the left hip it was kind of red as well, and it was gross, and it was red. And so again I called the doctor, and I sent him pictures on his text, and it was a steady leak, and so I squeezed my boob to squeeze out the seroma stuff, and a whole bunch came out. Then another little teeny tiny hole opened up, but that one was bleeding. Anyway, so we put strips, steri strips on, and then surgical strips on top, and padding, and the leaking was minimal after that, after I'd like squeezed all the stuff. And so I continued on my Augmentin, and yesterday was Monday, went to the gym, tiny bit leaked out. I changed the steri strips and everything last night, and I had a tiny little dot on the gauze this morning, so not much is coming out. I'm going to see Dr. Felady tomorrow, and he said he might, well, he says he wants to put a stitch in on each hole, and also he said something about flushing it out in case it's an infection. Well, they're both pretty cool. I mean, neither is hot, neither is red. The left side is not red, and so I'm thinking, I don't think I need to have it flushed, but he said he might flush it. He said if it was an infection, he'd definitely have to flush it, make a small incision. But then I asked last week if I would have to go and be put to sleep, and he said yes. And I said, could we not do this while I'm awake? Because I don't want to be put to sleep again. Because I think that the accumulative use of anesthesia is buggering up my memory. And I've been reading about it, and it's not just in my mind. Stupid. It's not just, it's not made up. It's a real thing. Anyway, so I don't want to be put to sleep, and I'd sooner have it done awake. But hopefully I don't need to have it done. But if he needs to flush it tomorrow, fine. I will not be put to sleep in his exam room. Neither he nor I want to have to go through this whole thing again. The other option, if this was an infection and it continued, was to have the implant taken out and to have the pocket flushed, and possibly, if it was a terrible infection, just to have one boob out for 3 months while we try and deal with an infection. But I don't think it's an infection. But I'm not a surgeon. But I have done a lot of reading. I've asked a lot of questions of other women. I've done a lot of researching into seromas after reconstruction, and the color, the nature of the liquid, all that kind of stuff. Since I don't have a fever, since my blood pressure is fine again, it was really low that Monday, even lower than usual. Since that's all fine, I don't see the point of taking the implant out, but let's see what happens. Other than that, this string of surgery started in February of 2016. It is now April the 25th of 2017, and I'm still recovering from a surgery. So this has been quite the journey, and I think it's frustrating for Dr. Felady as well as me, because apparently I'm not a usual patient. But having said that, I don't think I recover from any surgery normally, because I think I scar very badly. Even with my cataracts, I got scarring inside my eyes. I had to have that lasered out. It's still not perfect. My tummy, I don't have sensation in my tummy, and the incision line, the scar, it was redone last July, and the whole of it was redone last July, and still I have these awful sensations in it. If I lean on stuff, it hurts. I mean, my God, I don't think that's ever going to change. I might have to find some kind of, I don't know, way of dealing with that. So I'd really like to avoid any more surgeries, if possible. So that's my update as far as the breast cancer is concerned. I had my first ever at Dr. Fellows. They give a complimentary facial. They have an esthetician there, and he has a new office that's just opened here locally. They give free facials to all breast cancer patients, and so I had my very first ever facial, and I really enjoyed it. It was so relaxing, so calming. What I didn't like about it was the smell of the stuff that was put on my face, because I really, really hate the smell of orange peel oil. I mean, whenever Wade has satsumas or tangerines or oranges or anything that's orange-y, the smell just like, ugh, I don't like it at all. And so the stuff she put on my face was orange. It was vitamin C, but it was mainly the orange smell. And she was using this huge Q-tip thing to apply it. Everything that she applied had vitamin C, and all of it smelt of orange. And so she was applying it, and she was a lovely lady. She's a lovely lady. The massaging was wonderful. She gave my arms a massage and my hands. That was wonderful. My neck. But the orange stuff was, I mean, it felt cool and tingly and stuff, but the smell, I could not stand the smell, and it was with me the whole day. And when she was applying it, one of the little Q-tip bits went inside my nose, and oh my God, the smell was there the whole day. But it was also from my face, but it was so relaxing. I booked another one, and this one's going to be a I've forgotten what it's called because I'm not exactly knowledgeable about this stuff, but it's supposed to be some kind of exfoliaty thing, dermabrasion or something. I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's I think that's next week or the week after. So that's exciting. Now I will have to make another video for the Birchbox and Ipsy, but I will do that another time because I can't be bothered to do it right now, and Billy complains when I upload videos. So that's it for today. I will do another update on the boobs another time. But anyway, and the other thing is, the shape is pretty good now, and when I sit down, when I lie down, they don't go onto my armpits at the moment. Oh, and the other thing I discovered is wearing my usual let's see if I've got one. Sorry if you see scars on my back because I have so many. Yeah, my usual type of bra, and I don't normally get animal print. This just happens to be animal print. My normal bras have underwire, and they're t-shirt bras, and I love them. I've been wearing this style for ages. They're from Liliette, Lilyette, and they're really nice bras. They were my first like pretty-ish bras, disregarding that particular print, but I normally have black or beige or blue or pink or some other colours. But anyway, those bras, I said to the doctor last week that after my appointment, I noticed that, quite honestly, taking the bra off, the previous appointment, the previous week, taking the bra off, actually it'd been 2 weeks, I don't know, anyway, at some point I noticed that when I take it off, it had been pulling up, and so I said to him, surely if it's pulling up underneath, because to make the pocket they have to do like stitching underneath, surely if it's pulling up, especially at the beginning when the pocket's trying to encapsulate, wouldn't it be like pulling on the stitches? And if you feel afterwards when you take the bra off, the pulling subside, surely that means that it could be compromising the strength of the stitching underneath. So I said to him, I'm not going to wear underwire bras again. He doesn't have a problem with them. Some surgeons do. He doesn't have a problem with it. But I said, I'm not going to wear them again until the breasts are fully recovered, because I think that could be one of the reasons that it's always been compromised, because I always wore underwires after, you know, within a couple of weeks, because he said that would help with the shape of the breast. And honestly, I think that the shape of the breast is one thing, but the actual compromising of the stitching underneath is far more important, and that's probably why I've had issues with the breasts slipping out of the pockets underneath. So I'm not going to do that, and so that's a piece of advice I'd give other women who are going through reconstruction. Don't wear any bras that pull your breasts anywhere, up, in, whatever. I'm going to flash, I'm wearing these things, don't know the brand, but I'll put a link below. This is what it looks like. It's basically snaps. It's very wide straps. It doesn't pull it up. Oh yeah, and underneath, sorry if I'm going to reveal anything, but it's not really revealing anything. Underneath, there's got a little strip, but it's not tight. As you can see, it's just snaps, and you just snap it back on. And I think that this is far better than anything like this. Okay, that's my piece of advice. All right, that's it. This has gone on long enough. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe. Pass this on to any woman that you might know that's going through reconstruction, because if nothing else, maybe it'll help someone with the recovery afterwards. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time with the Birchbox and Ipsy video.